Hey everybody, you're watching KTAL News Now, and today we'll be recapping the week and also weekend events that are to come. This Saturday, June 27th, is the 4th annual Calumet Golf Tournament, which will be held at Northwood Hills Golf Course that supports first responders through grants. They hope to raise $35,000 to benefit law enforcement, firefighters, and emergency responders in the region. The first responders are awarded through a grant process, which the application for these grants will be available after the event. The tournament in its first 3 years raised over $80,000, which is amazing for first responders in our area. Chimp Haven is giving animal lovers a chance to go to behind the scenes at the world's largest chimpanzee sanctuary. Chimp Chat will be held this Saturday, June 28th from 9 to 11 a.m., and Mata Drain spoke with a member, Morgan Bruns, for more.
Welcome and good morning.
Morning.
So glad to have you. I know this is a rare opportunity because you guys open up your doors at least, like twice a year for these types of events?
Yeah, we open twice a year to the public, but then we host a variety of smaller events throughout the year as well.
Okay, sounds good. Now, give us a little run through for people who may not understand, what this facility is all about and the purpose of it.
Yeah, Chimp Haven is home to the world's largest chimpanzee sanctuary, and all of our chimps are once retired from biomedical research. So they all get to come to Chimp Haven and have the freedom of choice every single day. They get to choose to spend time with certain chimps. They get to eat a variety of yummy diet. They get to climb trees, explore nature, just basically do everything that they would do in the wild and just be a chimp.
Okay. Now, Morgan, I know that a lot of people are going to be looking forward to this event, so talk to us about what they can expect once they make it in.
Yeah, this is a smaller event, but it is housed up to 25 people, and you get to go behind the scenes of the sanctuary. You get to see all of the chimps. You get to watch a positive reinforcement training demo, and then you also get to hear from one of our expert staff about the life at Chimp Haven and different expert things that they study.
Now, how do you feel like this will help others, understand their individuality, of course, their personalities, because all of them are different, and, just about understanding what makes them different from other types of animals?
Yeah, so like you said, all of the chimps are very different. Each chimp has a different personality that we have to work with every single day, and we enjoy getting to know and getting to work with. So just getting to show people those different personalities and highlight different chimps on every single experience is always so fun for me.
Okay, sounds good. Is there anything that you love most about working at Chimp Haven? Because I know that's a quite exciting job for you.
Yeah, honestly, every single day is different. It's never a dull day at the sanctuary, but it wouldn't be the same without all the chimps there. So just being able to be there with them every single day is good enough for me.
Great. Now, how can we sign up to attend Chimp Chat?
Yeah, so you can go online to chimphaven.org underneath the events tab. Then the Chimp Chat will be the first thing on there right now. So. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. And tell us when everything will be taking place, the date, so everyone can get their calendars ready so that if they would like to attend, they can make sure their schedules are clear.
Yeah, so our last Chimp Chat event is actually this Saturday. It's from 9 to 11, and so tickets are online for that right now. They are $80 a piece. You do have to be 7 or older to attend, but otherwise we'll be opening up more Chimp Chat events throughout the rest of this next year as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We are looking forward to all of the fun you guys are going to have over at Chimp Haven, guys. Please don't miss the opportunity to sign on up. We'll have the details on our website. Stay with us.
Self-defense is something that Americans use every day, but few know what to expect after the fact. A self-defense class will help people determine what the body goes through during an attack, things that will happen when police arrive, and what you can say to help them with their investigation, and why judgment may be clouded after the incident. There will be a live Q&A after, hosted by a licensed specialist, and that will be held Saturday, June 28th from noon to 2 p.m. at the Red River Range in Shreveport. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach released today, which is the newest game from Hideo Kojima starring Norman Reedus. It is the sequel to the 2019 game Death Stranding, and it is set 11 months after the first game. The game takes place in a post-apocalyptic world in Australia. The player plays as a courier trying to connect isolated survivors and colonies through wireless communications network in order to save humanity. It is being touted as a masterpiece by critics, and it is already an easy Game of the Year contender. Personally, my Game of the Year is Claire Obscure Expedition 33 from French studio Sandfall Interactive. I thought that game was absolutely magnificent in every way, and I would be very shocked if it does not win Game of the Year or let alone take home a couple of awards. In other news, the Robinson Film Center will be hosting its annual Robbys Gala to celebrate the magic of movie musicals this weekend. Susan Curtin spoke with RFC Executive Director Wendell Riley to get more details.
Hey guys, welcome back. Musicals are indeed magic, and the Robinson Film Center celebrates them this Saturday at 7 p.m. with the Robbys. Joining us is Executive Director Wendell Riley. Hi.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
Now, tell me once and for all, is it Wendell or Wendell?
Wendell.
It is Wendell.
I answer to everything.
Somebody tried to correct me. I said, you're wrong. So tickets are still available, right?
Yes, tickets are still available, and it's going to be an amazing evening. Like you said, we're celebrating the magic of movie musicals. We'll have films like Wicked, Moulin Rouge, Grease, and Mamma Mia represented. So each different part of the center has a different theme.
And you can come as your favorite movie, your favorite musical character, or your favorite musical star. I mean, you can really kind of take liberties with your costuming.
Absolutely. You know, people ask us the dress code, and we just tell them it's cocktail or costume.
Yes.
So if you love musicals and you want to dress up as Elphaba or Glinda or whoever, feel free to do that. And,
yes.
It's a safe space for everyone.
Well, I have a costume. I'm definitely wearing one because I will be there that evening and I'm going to be hosting.
You will. You are going to be our host, and we're so excited about that.
I am very excited about it. You know, I love the Robinson. I love that we have this here. Now, tickets are still available, and I want to talk about this. So it's $125 for members, $150 for a non-member. If you really break that down, you are supporting the Robinson Film Center at about $12.50 a month.
Absolutely, and you get, on the evening, you get a ton of stuff for it. It's
right.
Free food and drink all night. We have a ton of different experiences that you can do. But yeah, absolutely, it supports us. It's not a big lift financially, but it supports primarily our education programs throughout the year, which is a big deal for us. This is our major fundraiser. So it really gives us lift through the rest of the year.
Right, and it's such an important fundraiser, and it's a nominal fee to make sure that that programming continues. And of course, you have programming that speaks to all audiences in our community, which is so important. So we are also honoring a very special person in your organization today. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
So you know, as we all know, Chef Nima beat Bobby Flay. No more spoilers. And so our mayor, Tom Arsenault, is honoring her today at City Hall. And we're really excited about that. That's going to be at 3:30 p.m. this afternoon. It is open to the public. So, you know, if you want to come down and give a shout out to Chef Nima, please do. And
then maybe head over to the Robinson for a nice little cocktail, because happy hours from 4 to 6.
Exactly, you know it. All right.
Definitely going to be there for that. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, indeed.
But get your tickets for the Robbys. It's happening this weekend. It is so much fun. There's so much going on, and you just won't have a better time.
Yeah, and you get to hang out with cool people
like us.
Susan. Yeah.
All right, thanks so much. We'll be right back.
Megan 2.0 is the newest film from Blumhouse Studios. They had their New York premiere earlier this week with most of the main cast present. The first film was a lot of horror elements based on an AI doll that was a human companion for this woman's daughter who was not making friends at school, so she buys this new AI robot to be her companion, but as you can predict, it quickly turns south as the robot doll Megan turns on anyone who might threaten to harm her companion or anything of that nature. Things get pretty violent. There's a lot of horror, Chucky-esque, robotic doll elements to it, whereas the sequel takes a completely different approach in terms of the tone and the setting of everything, where the first one was, mainly based in horror, but still had some human elements. This one completely turns into a 90s-inspired kind of sequel sci-fi action movie, and it is set 2 years after the first movie. Gemma, who is the creator of the Megan doll, starts to kind of regulate AI to prevent things from like this from happening in the future. But their technology ends up being stolen by a military contractor, and the military ends up buying a robot, or making a robot named Amelia, which is this sort of like assassin droid. And so it ends up turning on the creators once it becomes self-aware, which causes yet another problem with robotic software. And the original Megan owners decide that they must resurrect the Megan doll. Spoilers ahead if you haven't seen the first movie, but the first Megan doll ends up being defeated, but they end up resurrecting her for the first movie to combat this new Amelia assassin robot, which I'm pretty excited to see. I really liked the first one. I thought it was better than, people give it credit for. I thought it was very unique in terms of its style, because there were the horror elements, sure, but there was also this very, over-the-top comedy that makes it enjoyable just for anybody, even if you're not a horror fan. So I'm pretty excited to see that one. Both of them still have that humor in common at its core. So that's something I'm very excited to, looking forward to. So I'm glad it took a swing, even though it might not resonate with, super fans of the first film in terms of the tone and everything and what they're expecting. But I can definitely see it being, a hit over the summer. So, but there is a very packed summer lineup, including the F1 movie starring Brad Pitt. And this is the latest from Brad Pitt and Top Gun Maverick director Joseph Kosinski. They had their premiere in Europe this week, and Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise actually reunited at the premiere after 24 years. Their last and only movie that they did together was Interview with the Vampire. Cruise was there to, kind of support Pitt and Kosinski, who he worked with, obviously, in Top Gun Maverick, which was also a phenomenal film. Brad Pitt was asked if he was ever, considering working with Cruise again, and he said probably not unless Cruise finds something that's on the ground, as Cruise did, Top Gun Maverick, and then he also did the Mission Impossible movies that came out where he does a lot of aerial stunts, and Pitt pretty much said, that wasn't for him. He's going to leave that for Tom to do. So, it'll be interesting to see what Tom Cruise's next movie is, if, the Mission Impossible movies, with the last one being Final Reckoning. Assuming that's the last one in the series, it's, I'm not really sure what he has next in the chamber, but I would love to see those two work together eventually. So in the F1 movie, Brad Pitt plays a retired F1 driver named Sonny Hayes, and a severe crash early in his career causes him to retire. And during that time, he's kind of doing these odd jobs. He develops a gambling addiction, but then he ends up competing in a smaller racing, organization, and wins a race in that. And one of his former F1 teammates and friends, sees that and asks him to drive in the final 9 races of F1 season alongside British rookie prodigy Joshua Pierce. And based on reviews so far, it's been getting severe audience appraisal from both audiences and critics. I'm not sure if you subscribe that much to Rotten Tomatoes, but the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes was at a 98% as of this morning, which is incredible. I love Brad Pitt and the director, Joseph Kosinski. I think if it's anything like Top Gun Maverick in terms of the sound design with the cars and the racing, I think it will absolutely blow people away. So I'm really excited to see that. But that pretty much wraps up our weekend events. If you're looking forward to any of these, let us know with our KTAL user feedback. You can email me at amocklin@ktalnews.com if you have any story ideas or anything that I might have missed that you want me to cover. I'm looking forward to hearing back on your responses and kind of connecting with audiences and kind of making that community felt around the station. So thank you guys so much for joining us. You can catch us every day, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. on KTAL News Now. But for now, I'm your host, Anthony Mocklin, and thank you for joining us.